Alright guys, welcome back to another video battle report. This is Thomas Bird here with some more Ultramarine goodness. More practice with the WTC Ultramarine list. I like it. It's been doing well. We don't have the WTC terrain here, so we'll just be playing our NTL terrain, but still plenty of practice with the list. We got a good favorite, Walter, coming back. Grudge match. He's got some new Necrons, at least newer than probably the last time we've seen him play, but he's been doing some work with those guys. He's made some changes since the new data slate, so we got to see what he's got. But let's quickly go through my list, and then we'll see what he's rolling on the other side. So Calgar, we're rolling, of course, the Gladius, Calgar the man, all the characters. Fighty Captain with the extra relic for Honor of Venomment. We got the Fire Discipline on the Biologist for the extra sustains. We got Uriel for the Deep Strike shenanigans. We got the Move Shoot Phobos Lieutenant to go with the Incursors. Got a unit of 1 battle line units, the Fighty Intercessors. Got 1 unit of Company Heroes to go with Calgar. 6-man unit of Eradicators to go with the Biologists. They're going to Deep Strike thanks to Uriel. 6-man, 1 big unit, love these guys, of Inceptors with the Bolters. We got a Lancer. We got a Reaper. We got an Impulsor with the Shield Dome. We got the Turret because the Turret's great. 2 units of Infiltrators. 1 unit of Incursors with the Mines. 2 units of Scouts. That's the Marine list. Let's go look at Walter's list and see what he's got.
Tremble, mortals, before this mighty and glorious list. This is the most evil Necron list I've ever built. It might be a war crime. It is a perfect MSU. Nothing in here is over at 200 points. We have, I think, 11 units that are all just tipping the scales at like 170, 180. And then, of course, one of them is the obligatory tank, just to make sure the bad guys can't drop, bring it down. But we've got the Stormlord leading an infantry unit, an immortal unit, sorry. We've got a pair, a Royal Warden and a Plasmancer leading a 5-man immortal unit. Then that's replicated 2 more times. We've got my trademark 3 Scorpex, one of whom has the Energetic Dermal Bond. It's the middle, like, slightly brighter one. A pair of Locust Lords in the yellow there are leading Locust units. Those guys we can't respawn because they're not infantry, but they're still very cool. Illuminor, of course, you know I love my boy. And then this time I've dropped one of my Locust units for a different 170 point guy. We've got an Overlord with Void Scythe and Resorb leading 5 Lich Guard with Swords and Shields. So that will be something I'm testing out this time. But this list is snake bleep mean, and I am very confident that we will defeat Thomas as we often do. So let's see how it goes. Tomorrow I'm planning to take down the Iron Man GT, so this will be a little preview of that glory.
All right, as always, thanks to our sponsor, the Army Painter, here at Tabletop Life, Pro Tabletop, the National Tabletop League. All of us can't do what we do without your support and their support, so definitely thank you for them, and let us get on with the battle. All right, look at this. This is the mission, playing on Dawn of War, table layout 5. It looks different every time I look at the picture and then I look at the actual terrain. Linchpin. This is the big one, scoring lots of points potentially at the end, and raise the banners, just do bannering things. So I won the role for picking sides, so I'm going to put some models down. We'll come back after deployment, see who goes first. All right, here we go. Look at this draw. Secure no mans and extend. You can't ask for easier secondaries on the first turn. I scouted my guys a little too far forward. I rolled an advance so I could string between 2 objectives and get secure with just 1 unit. I needed 2.1 inch. I rolled a 2. I had to CP it, rolled a 4, so they got it on the objective. Everyone else just hung back. Went ahead and oathed that because they're going to inevitably come up. I ran my Reaper out here to tempt him / maybe get some Overwatch. Everyone else is just hanging back, waiting. I was going to oath Illuminator Ceres, and Walter was kind enough to remind me that he's blown up, so you won't be able to shoot him. I'm like, oh, crap. So there's like 20 minutes wasted. The magic of movie making here. And yeah, we got the banners. So hanging out. Let's go see what Walter's going to do on his turn 1. I know he's going to run that guy up if he gets a good draw.
All right, so my infallible plans of victory are unfolding. My area denial has begun, which indicates that as long as I'm able to defeat these scouts, I'll receive points for Illuminor Xeras, who's moved up. I've also got a squad of immortals behind him. We're going to put some Deka on that tank. Our odds are decent about that, but it's going to come down to Thomas failing saves, which is always questionable. I've got this unit of Scorpex here to go beat up that squad, along with Luminor Zeros. They're toast. These Scorpex over here are going to be doing Sabotage, which is one of the tactical missions that I drew. And this set of dudes here is just shooting randomly. Holding my zone, I've got a whole unit of Immortals and a nice little tanky. This is probably a little excessive, but it's linchpin. You never want to have your home zone taken away. Over on this flank, we're still very passive. I've extruded one Lich Guard onto the objective, but the destroyers are all just waiting for the Ultramarines to come out and play. So let's see how the turn goes. The goal is to kill the scouts with a charge and to kill the tank with a bunch of gunfire. The tanks would be nice, but is not good odds. But the scouts, they're going to get hit by Scorpex and potentially Illuminor, which they're going to get murdered.
Boy, I was sweating it. Look at this tank, 1 wound. He had the Plasmasters in range, 18 inches. I wasn't even thinking about all of them coming out and shooting. But I popped smoke. It was just enough to hold on everything in the kitchen sink. Over here, he charged, did some mortals, and then he fought with Sarah's first. I pulled all the casualties from here first, so he couldn't actually reach to fight. So then I piled in. So I'm actually going to stop his full area denial here. But he will take that point. He's still got Sabotage, so he's got me all the guys to kill. I mean, the board is ripe. Well, who do I want to kill? We'll come back and see what I draw. All right, getting kind of aggressive. Walter's just like throwing it all out there. I don't know if I got enough firepower. I've gone for his backfield. We'll talk through the deployments first, but area denial. So I just have to hold the center. Should be at least 2 points. I know Saris is going to try to get back up, so we'll see if I can get him in a shooting phase. I don't think I have nearly enough with this Fort Feeling the Pain. We'll see. And then we have behind enemy lines. So we got 2 units in his backfield. Not the units I necessarily want, but the only ones I can deep strike. So we've chosen to oath his backfield Immortals, so I can take him off his home base. So even if he does hold some objectives, you only get 3 points for him instead of 5. We want to get rid of that Reanimator before we start shooting at any of the Immortals, so they don't get extra growings. The Eradicators don't really have any vehicles to shoot at except for that Reanimator. But I've seen him tank so many wounds with his Fort Feeling the Pain, I ain't taking no chances. Over here, we brought in the 1 turret because he's touching the terrain. There's no way I'm going to kill all those guys, but I can at least put some wounds on him. I've thrown both of my infiltrators up on the objective so I could screen his.
These guys are not.
Not on the objective.
Not being there, so they don't get rerolled against.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't want to get rerolled, but I also don't want to like give him an easy reserve play. I only needed 1 unit here. 1 model here to contest him, but I went in and throw both. That might cost me points if he gets control. I probably didn't need all those guys, but whatever. We're just doing it. It is Assault Doctrine, so I can shoot. So we're going to lend their fire over these Immortals once we get rid of the backfield guys. So let's do some shooting and see what's left. The scouts that were here in the center jumped back into the ride. The Incursors ran out. They got the mine still, so they're going to do some shenanigans. We'll see who they decide to throw the mine on. Whenever I play Walter, sometimes the dice do crazy dice things. Eradicators, 1 guy couldn't reach, so he couldn't shoot. So I only shot with 7 shots out of my 8 total. I did 11 wounds? 12 wounds, that's right.
And then for every single wound damage roll, he rolled a 5+.
And I did. I rolled all the wounds for 5s, and it was just like straight 5s the whole board. So he's like,
I'd say he should do a lottery, but he does this every time. He's a grown man who cheats at toy soldiers.
He didn't make any 6-up cover saves, so I rolled the damage. I'm like, I rolled a bunch of 3s. I'll re-roll all the 3s or less. I didn't roll any 2s or 1s. It was either 3s or better. It turned into 55 wounds. He died on the first 10. So I think we got him. So first part of the 12-step plan has been successful. Go away, stupid guy. Now we're going to shoot the bolter guys and see if we can do some more of the same. All right. It always is less than I think, just because freaking where I rolled super hot over there. I had the +1 to wound strat. I was like, I should use it now if I really want to do it. But I'm like, I need the armor contempt just in case I don't kill him. And sure enough, I don't think it would have mattered. I didn't roll very many 4s. So Sarah survives with 5 wounds. He punches me back. He kills a Vitreous Guard and another guy. I had through the armor contempt. Over here, part of my plan, he grew back. I threw the mine on him to try to finish him off in the charge phase. Lo and behold, I roll the vicious 1. No mine goes off, so Stormlord gets to stay alive. I charged the fresh squad, which took like 20 wounds, all said and done, maybe more, with the shooting and fighting. Failed to fail any regular saves. In the fighting, they lost 4 out of 5 guys. He immediately grew back and put some guys on his objective, so it may end up still being his objective. Annoying, Over here, I purposely took the guys off the objective because I don't know why I'm dumb. So now, of course, he's got a character left alive, scoring the point. The turret over here shot and killed one guy, but just wasn't enough. Back here, we have already talked about the Eradicators blowing up Big Boy. Of course, these guys they rolled so many wounds, it didn't even matter. On 5 Immortals, they probably should have split fire and killed these guys too, like the way they shot. So it is what it is. We're gonna see if he scores these extra points. I did take at least his home base, the linchpin. He's not gonna get extra there. So let's go score and come back and see. I did pick up 2 units for behind enemy lines, and I will get the baby. No, I don't get any because Sarah's is why I do that.
Are you gonna throw it in?
Okay, we're starting to fight back a little bit. So first off, our objectives this turn are containment and assassination. I'm only going to do one part of containment. I know it's easy points, but I'm trying to cut down on his models. So the Scorpex are going to charge this squad here and eat them up. The Lich Guard are going to charge that tank. These Immortals are going to shoot down this squad and do the last mortal on that tank. That Scorpec Lord over there will join Illuminor fighting the main squad. This squad of Immortals is going to just do a containment and not attack. This squad of Scorpex will charge these guys, and these 2 squads of Locusts over here will gun down his boys in my zone, leaving my Stormlord to take back my home zone. So the hope is that at the end of this turn, he's got 1 healthy tank at home, 1 tank in the center fighting Lich Guard and Calgar, and maybe just a bodyguard fighting 2 of my characters. He will have that squad over there and that ridiculous turret behind it. And I'm hoping to just ruin the main part of his army. So we're going to leave him with Uriel, Calgar, 1 tank, maybe 2 tanks, and hopefully no objectives, and just finish the game right here and now. Just trying to beat his pants off right here.
Cord. Oh, we missed the drama on the camera. We should have had it. It was going so well, but Calgar. Oh, we have to start with everything. There's so many things that happened that turn. Here, he rolled low on his charge. He made it, but he wasn't going to be able to get his character in, so he had to re-roll the charge. Risky, but he did make it. He spent the extra CP to fight better, and he was able to wipe the squad to the last wound. Unfortunate. Over here, these guys shot, left him with just 2 wounds. I was like, haha, I hold the objective. Imhotep ran. He was only 1 guy. He's like, oh, Royal Warden. I fell back. I can now charge. He's like, oh, and they just slapped me to death with just AP nothing. I just failed a bunch of saves and died. I was like, that's not right. Over here, this guy's like, haha, I'm going to get you. He needed a 4. He rolled a 3.
He rolled double 1.
And he already re-rolled the charge over there, so he didn't even make it. Over here, he needed a 6.
Yep.
He rolled a 5, didn't make it. I'm like, oh, gosh. So then Calgar's like, oh, Saris, you're mine. Punches him down to 1 wound. He's like, I'm alive. He punches me back, kills 1 guy. I'm like, haha. And I'm like, I still got my tank here. It punches him. Does 3 hits. Does 1 wound. He rolls a 2-up save. He fails it. He uses his last CP. He fails it. He's got a 4-up Philip A. The drop was high. And he hit the 4-up Philip A. So he's still alive. Oh, holding on by the skin of his teeth. Over here, these guys just did straight up 6 Immortals on the charge and just like picked up all my guys. So he's like, oh, well, that was easy. So I'm gutted. I'm gutted really hard right here. But there's a little life. There's a little life. Calgar's like, we got this. We're okay.
Failing both of these charges in the center has just ruined my game plan a bit. I thought it was over this turn, but Thomas is just fighting back on my poor charge.
Oh my gosh. I still got the super captain. He's about to come in hot. It's not over yet. I mean, I walked right into his trap. He just ate me up. I was like, that 4 points behind me line sure wasn't worth it. But yeah, here we go. I'm going to score some points, and we'll see what I can do on my bottom of turn, 3? Top of turn 3 already? Yeah, shoot. All right, normally, I feel very confident. I always have a plan. I've stared at the board for quite a while, and I realize this is desperate times over here. We got real desperate times. So I've drawn no prisoners and storm hostile. In theory, good objectives. But I forgot to like pull these scouts. I need them to be on this objective here. So they just ran instead, so they're not on the point. This tank really wants to leave, but he can't because someone's got to hold down the linchpin. And then we had to advance with these guys to threaten both of these dudes. We put the oath here because we know he's going to grow him back, and I'm going to have to come back in, which now puts me closer to here and here. Yuck. If I somehow make long charges here, there's still a whole unit of death back there. Never mind these random shooting guys. I got a grenade. These guys passed their battle shock. Or their, they passed their battle shock. And Calgar, I spent 1 CP to auto pass because it had to hold that point. I pulled the banner out of there like an idiot, and then I didn't have enough OC if I didn't. So I'm low on CP. I still have my free captain strat, but he advanced, so he can't do it. Saving for the +1 to wound in melee. 4 feel no pains. 1 wound going to go up, and then he's going to be getting it. That's going to be in the shooting phase. Hopefully I can get both, so he can only grow 1 back, and that's my best chance here. So let's do the things and see what we can get. We advanced the turret, so it's going to try to make a long charge here. I only rolled a 2, so I rolled 5 inches. It's coming in hot. We can maybe take that point from him. All right, where is my assassination when I need it? I was able to throw 5 wounds from the scouts on the grenade, so it killed him. He got back up at the end of the shooting phase. I shot Hometown Tina here down to 2 wounds. Calgar charged. The captain charged. Captain killed here. Piled off the objective because we don't want to give him extra bonus here. And then Calgar killed this guy and was able to pile onto this objective, and that gave me just enough. After he slapped me, I rolled bad, he rolled good in terms of killing. So he's on 6 OC, I'm on a 6 OC. You noticed the turret? It made it, it mattered.
I'm on 6, I'm on 5 at this point.
He's going to grow a guy back, but I only killed 1 guy, so it doesn't end up mattering. Uriel, I forgot him. He came in and tried to hit his 9-inch. You know he's the killer of Necrons, so that's the only reason they're alive. He's like, don't kill him yet. I'll get him on my turn. But that's the end of that. I scored no prisoners for 2 units. And I stormed the hostile. No, I didn't. I stormed it because he's on 5 right now. Oh, I did storm it. Oh, it's all good. All right, let's see what he does on his turn.
Okay, I thought I was putting this game away, but Thomas is just really wily. So the plan now is just use my crushing attrition advantage to leave him with no pieces. I want to leave him with a tank on his home base, and that's it. Just handle things that way. I'm establishing a locus and defending my stronghold. So defending my stronghold, I'm just hoping basically that he's got no one left near it alive. I'm coming after this flank with a unit of immortals, a Scorpec unit, and a long bomb charge from a Lich Guard squad. I'm matching him on primary, and I have the bottom of the game, so that should be fine. I'm planning for these gentlemen to shoot past this tank and then charge it and put a bunch of axe wounds in it. The Destroyer King over there is putting down a locus. So I think we've got the win. We're just trying to increase the margin. He's going to get a 3 on primary this turn unless something weird happens. I expect to essentially kill some of this stuff here. Maybe not all of it, but he'll come into top 4 with just a 3 on primary. And with me, hopefully, on 2 objectives pretty hard. So I'm thinking a minor win, and it could have been major, but my dice kind of deserted me, and Thomas is also wily. But he could still pull out his own win. It's not decided yet. I just have, I think, the strong advantage. Thanks a bunch. All right. Well, this game is continuing to elude my grasp. These guys have deployed a teleport homer over there. In the center, these locust dudes Lich Guard have resolutely failed to hit their charges. Over here, we were able to defeat his turret and his dudes, but Calgar has survived with 4 wounds. The scouts are still alive, and so is this captain, although he's had his devastating turn. Then there is also Uriel over here and his home tank. Importantly, my turn has ended. He still didn't send those scouts off. It's funny every time. All right. All right, that's my turn. We've got the attrition edge, but Thomas is resisting extremely well and holding out for every point. I'm still not sure that this one's going to go my way. It's looking likely, but I've got a big risk. I've got Defend Stronghold stuck in my keister, and I think I'm just going to throw that one out. I'm going to, at the end of the turn, I'm going to discard Defend Stronghold because I believe that he's going to be able to take it. So I'm not going to score that one. No, I don't get a CP because I had a Stormlord. Yep. All right, that's my turn.
All right, this is the world of spending CP on dumb things and watching it go down. So on my turn, I decided to bounce the scouts just in case he drew behind me lines. I drew recover assets and assassinate. I didn't have anybody to do recover assets. They were all busy trying to kill people. So I spent a CP to throw it away, and I drew mark for death. And of course, he's got plenty of units that I don't care about. This is not going to happen. We do have choices for our assassinate, but I don't have that many resources, and they're not in places that are great. So we're going to try to get assassinate. Then I had 1 CP left. I passed my battle shock with my tank, and I'm like, well, I can use all the help I can get here. The captain used his free strat to put himself in assault doctrine. He ran 11, so he's coming up to take this objective from him, so to try to limit his points and throw a banner down. But this guy says, I'm trapped. I have to fall back. I'm in the assault tactical doctrine, so he can't fall back. I fail my test. I was like, dang it, I'm going to die. I need those bullets. I got the oath. Every immortal matters. I fall back. I re-roll it, pass it, fall back. Walter's like, I got lethal hits. You fell back onto the objective. I re-roll all the hits. You're dead. And I'm like, oh, crap. I was like, please blow up so I can do some mortal wounds to him, and I didn't. So now we're down the guns. We're down all the CPs. We just got to make do. We have some options here. This tank is going to try to shoot. If I kill 2 big boys, it puts him in a pickle because he's got to pull those 2 guys on the objective. He can certainly grow them back, but that means he's not growing closer to me, which means he's not going to charge me, which is always the worry whenever you kill some of those guys. Over here, Uriel's going to do the things. Scouts felt their battle shock, so they're just going to help out. I think Calgar's got to go in hot over here. We'll have to see what happens here. Don't want to waste time with this, but I have to thin this herd for Calgar to have a chance on last turn. These guys are not on the center objectives, amazingly, so they're just standing there being jerks, doing nothing, so we'll just leave them be jerks. They're marked for death, but nobody got time for that shit. So let's do some attacks. I can't even shoot him because he might grow a guy back. I can't even do it. So I'm just going to shoot over here. Captain's going to do captain things. Imhotep's standing right there, fresh. We can maybe get rid of his extra CPs. I wish I had my tank. Let's go. All right, the peanut guy says I need to give a mid-turn recap. This is a critical turn. I must do all the damage. I really wanted Calgar to charge into this unit, but I have to stop him from scoring points. It's a big deal. I did shoot with the Lancer and pick those 2 guys off, so his choices are going to be difficult. Over here, though, this is where the power is going to be. Everyone's got to kill this squad, and then the captain has to do work. Can 3 guys kill this squad? I don't have the +1 AP and the extra +1 to wound. I spent the CP on that stupid impulsor. Mistakes were made. I'm so sad. That might be the tail of the tape right there. We just got to roll hot then. See if he can go down. Let's get it done. All right, here we go. The damage is done. Calgar, he wanted Uriel to do slaps, but he was in a difficult position. If the casualties were pulled just right, if he left one guy, it would be awkward. So I let Calgar swing first. He just I got them all. Captain over here, he's like, no problem. We did the deal. And those guys are dead. So we're gonna contest this point. No, we're gonna take that point from him. Yep. So to put him on no linchpin. So he'll just have 3 for his home base. If he grows back there, he could choose not to, but I think he would. Over here, nobody's growing. So we did the business, and we planted a banner on his home base. Oh shoot!
That's your second banner.
It is a banner. Get him, go score some points. Let's see what he does on his turn 4.
All right. Unfortunately, we got marked for death, and Thomas's coward units are all going to be safe over in that corner. But we're looking to get overwhelming force by killing this guy and his unit, and these guys over here. We should just leave him with a few guys in the corner for his final turn, which he will then presumably warp back in and probably, cleanse one last objective or something. But the game is going to be decided by the fact that I get bottom 5 to score, and he's going to get 1 more 3. Which is a lame way to decide a ferocious game, but Thomas is just too tough, man. I have not been able to put this game in its coffin, despite trying incredibly hard. But the hope is this round we leave him with either Calgar, or either nobody at all on that objective, or Calgar dead. He should just have Uriel and his tank and his unit of scouts on his home base. Then on the final turn, I should get 2 objectives and a home base to get 13 extra and just escape out in front narrowly. Might even be a draw. Gosh, this game has been very disappointing ever since bottom 2. Not bad dice, but bad in the moments I need them to be good.
Yeah, I already have it. All right, here we go. Tough choices. Defense Stronghold is really risky. I have to really commit to killing this unit of Scorpex and try to mitigate the charge here, which is difficult. He's kept March for Death just in case I push up. So here's the one mark. These all are marked for death, so I'd have to run away effectively. So there's no way I can get sabotaged, but I could throw this away, maybe get contained, but then I would trade 3 points for 5. So it's not really a good play. Defend is all in on this objective, so I could put this guy in Dev Doctrine in advance, or I could just move them up and give them grenades, which I think is better play. I have enough for 10 there to get there, but these Scorpex, that distance is far. I'll have to do some measuring here. But I think I'm going to go for just to defend, see if I can hold my home base. It's not going to be great. See if we can do it. We'll be back. Oh, we should have had it on camera. So much excitement. I realized my tank in my glorious plan here, if it moved 10, it could just get over here, but it couldn't actually see the Scorpex because they're behind the plate. So I was like, well, I can try to advance, but then no, I don't want to be close to charge. I was like, ah. And I'm like, he's just going to grow back, so even if I kill him, he's going to grow back. That's not good. I was going to throw grenades, but I'm like, I need to kill him in a separate phase. So it means, what does that mean? It means tank shock. And that means the tank has to charge. So he moved up 10 inches. He needed a 6-inch charge. All the bullets from the scouts and the guys killed all the way through, and he got one big gun through onto his boss. He needed to fail that 4-up and die so that I can now set it up. It's a big long shot. He failed the 4-up. He CP rerolled it, failed it again. I needed 4 on my dice to do the 7 damage with the big gun. I rolled a 2, got my Lancer reroll, got the 4, killed it. He came back with 4 wounds, hit the tank shock in true dramatic fashion. 10 dice. I needed 4 5s. Walter's talking about math, and I'm talking about Marines don't lose like that. So I rolled 3 5s and 1 cocked dice. Walter gave me the side eye. I picked it up, rolled it, rolled a 4. Did not kill it. A slap with the tank did not kill it. But the scouts, heroes of the Imperium that they are, the sergeant came in hot. 4 attacks with oath. He did 3 wounds on 5s. He killed the last guy with the last wound. He killed him. Unfortunate for the tank. He is still marked for death, so he will die. He will get on all the objectives. The points are gone, but it doesn't matter. We saved the day. Uriel lives to fight another day. He rolled a 6 for his advance, so there's no way they're getting marked for death on him. And the fact that the tank started right here and ended up over there is just hilarious to me. My whole 12-step plan to kill this squad, and Walter's just looking at me like I'm crazy, and I somehow pulled it off. So that in itself is worth it. I'll give it to Walter for the last turn, and then we'll show the final score.
All right, you understand this is what I'm dealing with constantly. Whenever you start beating Thomas, the new victory objective becomes some inane nonsense, and he entertains a 12-step plan to kill 1 Scorpec Lord. He's the same as all the others, buddy. They're interchangeable. All right. So on this last round, I'm just going to win by having the 15 points for controlling the center and the 18 for my home base. I'll get 5 for Mark for Death. I'm gonna jump up at the end here. But Thomas has absolutely been putting the pride of the Ultramarines to really a good showing, and to my intense annoyance, this is just how good Gladius is, man. You gotta respect the heck out of it. Let's see what my final objectives are. I have Mark for Death, so I only get 1. It is going to be bring it down. Hey, look, there's a tank. Even the heavens want the Necrons to win. All right. So the plan is Locusts and Lichguard, they've had the worst game. I'm testing them out, and they did not perform. Together are going to defeat that tank. We're going to be on these 3 objectives, and that's probably going to be it. I'll try and see if some charges from the Lichguard might like steal their base or something, but with his reactive movement strat, I don't think there's any chance of it. So we'll just probably end this with the primary. All right, let's see if we can do it.
All right, the last gas. He rolled a 12 for his charge. He shot me down to 6. So I'm like, he's about to kill this tank. I can't have him just pile in on my objective. He was too far away to react to move. I only had 1 scout on there. It was just 2 guys were going to get it. So I was like, I think I'm within 6. I am. Hit the 11 on the charge. I'm heroically intervening with scouts. They're like, we killed the Scorpic Lord. These immortals are these look, whatever these guys are, we don't care. And he's swinging all his attacks on the tank to try to bring it down. That will stop him from getting that. That would give me the last 3 points. Maybe not worth anything special, but this tank might live. We're going to try to stop. Roll the dice. Let's see if he gets them.
Here comes 15 little guy attacks.
He spent for all the power on them.
I use their free strat in order to get +1 strength. These are strength 7, AP 3, 1 damage. 2s. Got 1 miss. 5s to hurt you. 5 saves. AP 3, 1
5 saves. I need some 6s in his eye. I get 2 6s. I take 3.
Alright. Here comes the, what's it called? The Overlord's attacks.
Oh, this is the big swing.
Using a void sights. These are hitting on 2s. Strength 13, AP 4.
Uh-oh.
Dev wounds. 3 hits.
All right, give me 2s, all 2s.
That's a dev wound for 3.
Is it 3?
Yep.
He rolled 2. He rolled all the 2s except for 1 dev wound. I don't even get a chance to roll dice. It wouldn't have mattered. Oh, does it not blow up? Oh, he did kill the tank. He got his 2 points. But bring it down. But he can't take my home base. I defended the stronghold. Ultramar will be proud. Let me tally the score and see how bad it is, and we'll come back. All right, we tallied it up. The score, all the chicken scratch is done. I pulled out the 59 to the 76. So the 17-point victory, I think that's a 13-7. A glorious win in my book based on how my turn 2 was looking. I was like, I'm about to get tabled right now, and then I pulled it back. So, and look at this. Home base is mine, baby. Couldn't take my home. So, secret mission is something I maybe wish I could have, would have, but I'm lucky to have any models left alive, so I don't think I could have pulled it off. Going first and not having the secret up is pretty difficult when you don't have any models. So, a great game. Thanks to Walter. I hope you enjoyed the battle report as much as I did, and me and him always have great games. So, thanks, Walter. Anything to say before we let the crew go?
Thomas fought very hard to lose by only a small amount. It would have been really easy to get tabled, and he fought heroically after making a terrible blunder on bottom 2. He also later on acted to make sure that he was ready in case he drew behind enemy lines, which he had already drawn. So this is what I'm up against.
That's true. I was all like, gosh, I could just draw right now with these scouts.
Makes random terrible decisions and just rolls 6s and it doesn't matter. Prime example, this nonsense should not have worked mathematically. He just did it. Whatever. Should have been a major win for me. He gets the minor win because he can roll high. Nice job.
Oh, and we had the audience here, so everyone's got to watch the fun. So good times in the studio. Thanks, Walter. If you like this content, hit that like and share, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.